Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to Mom and Pop Know Best. So, today I wanted to talk with you all about budgeting. So, we are all home, we are all maybe starting to worry a little bit about the future, starting to worry about our financial positions, along other things. So, I figured to make a video about budgeting and really and to start just sharing what I can in terms of how to budget, how to prepare for a rainy day, and what sort of emergency fund should you have, and what the 50-30-20 rule is. So with that, let's get started. So budgeting nowadays is very, very, very easy because you have all these fancy and nice tools that you could use that are free. One of them is Mint, and it's literally mint.com. And this is kind of their website. Very nice looking website. And this is the interface. It looks very nice. So income, paycheck, other income. You can then split out your kind of spending. But I'm going to tell you, if you're going to budget, you really need to start thinking of how you basically assign a bucket for every dollar. It is not a matter of just saying a budget or setting a budget for the sake of setting a budget. It really, you need to basically tag every dollar with a purpose. So let's say you make $1,000 a month. So 500 goes to rent, 200 goes to groceries, 100 goes to this. So every piece or every dollar, it needs to be tagged with something, right? And I got $1,000 and 500. That's kind of these are made up numbers, of course, right? So that's kind of the idea of budgeting is for you to know where your money is going, how much is coming in, and where your money is going. So in many cases, I'm going to tell you before I used to budget, um, I would get my paycheck and a few days later, I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Like my account is already struggling. And once I started to budget, I saw how much money is going to every bucket, and a lot of it was eating out, a lot of it was restaurants, a lot of this, a lot of that. So that really could add up. And once you start to see how it adds up, it could potentially alter your behavior a little bit. Now I'm not saying do not go out to eat again, especially in these times. We are really yearning for these days when we could go out for restaurants. But what I'm saying is it's good to track your money and know where your money is going. So Mint again is a very good website. Honestly, I would say it's very user friendly. It has nice charts, nice graphs. You can even link up most of your accounts in there. Again, you can read their security like a like protocols and see if you're comfortable with it or not, or you want to manually put things in. Another site that I have found very useful is everydollar.com. This also is very nice. Again, very, very detailed. They have a nice app. You can kind of also set up all your pieces. You can think of your emergency fund. Now, I mentioned emergency fund. What is an emergency fund? Emergency fund is really it's like a rainy day fund is what happens in case God forbid something happens, right? Like you're staying home, you're laid off, um, you need I don't know, you need to fix the roof, you need to fix an HVAC unit, you need to fix something. You need to have at least 5 to 6 months of your monthly expenses set aside. That's your emergency fund. If something were to happen, you have that backup. And I know that sounds a little bit steep for many, but it really is important because as you saw in these days, nobody antici- nobody expected that we would have a pandemic that would shut down the entire economy. Nobody expected that. Nobody saw that coming, and yet it happened, and many people were caught off guard. So emergency funds are really, really, really important. Now, beyond that, we can start thinking of investments. You can start thinking of putting some money into the markets. Think of index funds. Think of getting a couple of free stocks from Webull, and I'm going to put those below. and you can get a couple of free stocks. One of them could be valued at, I don't know, 15, 20. They claim $1,400. I take that with a grain of salt. You can get 15 or $20 stock. It never hurts, and you can invest $100 or $200, and they will give you that. It never hurts, and especially now where the market is on sale. So that's kind of again, maybe you start dabbling a little bit with kind of investments. All right, another site is Personal Capital. Now, Personal Capital, I haven't personally used it, just saw a lot of good reviews on it. Net and net worth, you can set up a bunch of things. So this one is again one I wanted to share. I personally haven't used it. I've used both Mint and Every Dollar. Now I mentioned earlier the 50-30-20 rule. All right, the 50-30-20 rule. What is that? That's basically a rule that says 50% of your after-tax income, which is the money that's direct deposited into your account, that's the money that's after you pay the government, their taxes and all, and Social Security and Medicare and all that fun stuff. This is your disposable income. This is the income that comes to you. 50-30-20 means 50% are your needs, which are the necessities such as rent, mortgage, car payment, groceries. Wants, yeah, this month I would like to, I don't know, to get an Xbox, I guess, to get a PlayStation, to get, uh, I don't know, think of any of like I would like, or it would be nice to have. And then the last 20%, that's kind of savings and investments. So if your emergency fund is fully intact and you have 5 or 6 months of kind of emergency fund, then beyond that you can potentially invest that and start building wealth beyond what you would typically get on kind of a checking account that gives you 0.01%, or a savings account that gives you 0.5% or even one single percent point. Of course, with that comes a little bit of risk, but again, investments are kind of typically a good way to go. So that's what 50-30-20 rule is. So that's always a good rule of thumb in when you're computing what your budget is. So 50% goes to your needs, 30% wants, and 20% savings and investments. Um, so that's it. This is, again, I'll keep it nice and short. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share it with your friends. It will really help out a lot. The like button will really, really be helpful for us. And subscribe and hit that little bell. So once we post something new, you are notified, and you get a pop-up to say, hey, mom and pop just posted something new, and just why not? It never hurts. Thank you so much. Stay safe, flatten the curve, and I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.